Hi, this is Micornus, the leader and the founder of Young Men Empowerment Forum. We are continuing with competencies that you need as a young man in order to improve continuously in your life. What we call competencies of continuous improvement in your life, that's very important. And I'm sure you agree with us. This is part 2, of course, that you need to have what we call continuous improvement in your life. Now, any individual that doesn't improve in their life, they are regressing, because if you don't improve, then you are regressing. Anything that doesn't improve in life or doesn't grow in life, then it is dying. And I want to urge you as a young man to take notice of that you must improve in your life. You must always dream of improving in life and becoming a better person. We cannot see you the same like you were last year. You cannot be the same individual like you were 5 years ago. And as a young man, I want to see you improving in your life. Remember that you need to improve intellectually, you need to improve emotionally, you need to improve physically as well. And generally, around you, you must improve with knowledge. You must improve with everything around you. You cannot remain the same. And this is very important in life. Because immediately you don't improve, then you become stagnant. And as I said, anything that doesn't grow, it dies. Anything that is stagnant, then it regresses. And that's the point that we are making. That as a young man, you must desire to have what we call continuous improvement. What are those competencies then that makes people to improve at all times, that have continuous improvement? One of those is what we call data analysis and interpretation of the data. Data analysis and ability also to interpret the data as well. Now, the life that we're living in as a young man, I want you to understand that is full of data. It speaks numbers. It speaks about numbers. And that is why you'll realize that the world will speak about population numbers. It will speak about how many people in such a country, because it is very important that you understand that there's a data about everything. You'll hear them mentioning the data about how many people are actually infected by a certain disease, by a certain sickness, and so on. It is very important for you to understand what we call data analysis, and also to be able to interpret data along with your life. So therefore, statistics then becomes very important as well in everything that you do in this world. And I'm sure you have seen as a young man that you cannot avoid data in this life. And you cannot avoid actually analyzing data, because if you're going to improve, you're going to need to know numbers. You're going to need to know, to understand the data that is available in this world, so that you can be able to interpret it. What does it mean to me? And this is the reason that you'll see even in political realms, people will talk about how many women are there in cabinet, how many men in cabinet, how many babies were born in such and such a time. How much actually is the economics of the country, and so on. It will talk about that. How many poor people amongst the people in the country, how many rich, and so on. So all those are data. All those are speaking about data, but you need to be able to interpret the data. Data like pricings and so on. You need to understand that things like prices of commodities and prices of resources as well. Money itself is a data. So all that you need to understand, and therefore relate it by interpreting the data. Now, people that are not caring about data, they become irrelevant in this world. They become redundant in this generation. And I want to emphasize this, that as a young man, if you have to improve, you need to know the basic stuff of data and be able to analyze the data. But not only that, but interpret it. What does it mean to me? Because if you are going to change a lifestyle, then you would actually have to analyze the data. For instance, if they are saying a certain percentage of people are obese in this world, and therefore, obesity is brought about maybe by wrong eating habits, for instance, as an example. And therefore, you interpret this data, and you are able to analyze it and interpret it and relate it to you. You may actually need to change your lifestyle depending on where you are, based on the data and your interpretation and analysis of the data. And this is very important. And people that improve in life are those people that are cognizant of data And they analyze the data, but not only analyze, but they make sure that they want to interpret the data. What does it mean to me? What does it mean to the world that I live in? What does it mean to the environment that I live in? For an example, if you are told that in this particular area, the crime rate is 60%, 70%, that's data, all right? And that's very important for you to interpret that data and say, if that is the levels of crime in this particular area, I may interpret it and say, then I must move away from this place. I may not need to stay in this place. I may not need to spend time in this place. Now, this is the interpretation of the data. But what you do is you actually relate it to your own situation, and then you will improve in life. And I'm emphasizing this because there are many of us who ignore data. There are many of us who don't want to analyze data out there. There are many of us who don't want to interpret data. What does it mean to us? And therefore we live blind life. We live life that doesn't interpret anything. And I want to warn you as a young man that if you want to continuously improve in your life, you need to have this competency of analysis of data and ability also to interpret data related to your life. That's very, very important. Now, the other thing that I want to say as a competency that is very important for you as a young man, if you have to improve in your life, is what we call customer-focused approach. Now, you say customer-focused approach, say, are you meaning that I'm running a business? Your life itself is a business. And therefore, as you deal with people, you must have what we call customer-focused. Remember that as an individual, you have got a destiny or a vision in your life. You've got an assignment of your own life. Now, that assignment of your life is going to be fulfilled not only by yourself in isolation, but you are going to fulfill your vision or your calling or your assignment, whatever you may call it, through dealing with people. Now, people around you are either going to contribute something in your life for you to be able to be successful, or the people around you may be there to fail you as well. But I want to emphasize that interpretation of data, as we have mentioned earlier, would actually interpret amongst the people that you're dealing with as well on which are the people that are there for my own good, which are the people that are there to enhance my progress, which are the people that are there to help me to improve. Now, you are going to then identify the individuals, and those type of people, you'll only identify them when you are able to have what we call customer-focused approach. Because you're going to look at everyone as your customer. As you look at everyone as a customer, then your treatment towards them will be a civil treatment, a good one, that will make people to open up to want to help you. That will make people to open up and to want to assist you. So therefore, there will be more people that are actually aligning with you and want to support you in your vision and want to support you in your journey of your destiny. And because these people, you are treating them like customers, you are respecting them, you're honoring them, you are giving them a service like your customer. Of course, they are your customers in relationship to your vision and your destiny. Of course, they are your customer in relation with improving yourself. So you cannot improve without focusing to the people and seeing them like customers. Now, your approach, when you approach it like customers, you're going to respect them, number one. You're going to honor the people. You're going to make sure that you don't undermine any of the individuals around your life. Because some of the people may be actually what we call destiny helpers of your life. But you cannot see them as destiny helpers until you are having what we call a customer-focused approach, whereby you see everyone as a potential customer for your life. And this is key. And we cannot ignore this as a competency that you need as a young man. You need this competency, which we call customer-focused approach in life. And every time you meet the people, you treat them like your customers, very special customers. And as you do that, you're actually getting the best out of them. And these people will support you and really be the true customers in your life. I want to end up here today. This, of course, was part 2 of this great topic. We're speaking about competencies that you need as a young man to improve continuously in your life. And we are going to continue with part 3 tomorrow. But before we check out today, we want to make you aware that we are having Facebook page, Young Men Empowerment Forum, and we're having the Facebook page, Micornus Phokane. We're posting these materials for you there so that you can be able to follow us. You can be able to learn out of that. But remember that we've got also a YouTube channel where we are posting these materials. And this YouTube channel is easy to share with other people. So please tag other people on this YouTube channel after subscribing and let others learn out of this. Let other young men be developed into extraordinary men of integrity, wisdom, and character. And we know that as you learn, you will actually get others to learn as well. Don't forget our TikTok account as well, very much available for you. And as you continue following us there, remember that there are other materials that we have posted in the past there that may be very helpful to you. And I know that you are going to learn out of them, and your life shall never be the same again as you keep on following us. For me, it is done, your founder and leader of Young Men Empowerment Forum, Micornus Phokane. Allow me to check out right here and say cheers for now.